If you're a creator and you've been doing this for a while and you're starting to feel like the burnout slowly start creeping in a little, it's not how it was in the beginning where it was all fun, it was exciting, you just couldn't wait to post the next video and so forth, but now it's just sort of become just this is what life is. I want to help you because most people in this situation think the only way to escape burnout is by going and just taking a holiday or taking a break and just be like, hey, I'm going to stop content for the next 6 months, or I'm going to take 2 months off, or it might even just be 2 weeks or something, right? The challenge with that is that most of the time we find we go on the 2 weeks, it's awesome, and then we come back, and sometimes it's even harder to get started because we're building up, they've got to build that momentum again, keep it going. What can also happen is we get back into it, and then a few weeks into it, we're just almost back at that same state. We can feel it building up again and just like the enjoyment's not there. And this is where it helps to identify what's actually triggering the burnout. Because yes, work overload is one of them. However, that is only one of the potential triggers. When I've worked with creators that have over 1 million followers or sometimes even 15 million followers, the ones that I find that are most common is actually a trigger called insufficient reward. That's when we almost find like we're putting in the work, but we're not getting like the results that we would like. We're putting all this effort and the views aren't as high as they were, or the income that's generating through our business just is no longer as high as it was. And we find that we're actually being burnt out because of the insignificant results. Not because we're working too much, it's just where we feel like we're working and not getting the results that we want. Another extremely common one that I find in large creators, right, especially that have grown their audience and then are trying to pivot to something new or they're trying to start something new, is lack of control. It's almost that lack of control of feeling what they can actually post. Because whenever they post sort of something different, the views or the audience doesn't respond as well. And so understanding that we want to try and identify and really pinpoint the trigger that is actually causing us to actually be burnt out. And bear in mind, it could be a combination of all these different ones. These are just a couple that I find that are most common in the content creator space. And then working and adapting and finding ways to do that. Because it doesn't matter how many breaks you have and then you come back, if you're not feeling like the effort that you're putting in is getting the results that you want, or that you just can't actually create what's truly like aligns with your values, that's another trigger, it's going to be extremely difficult. I'm not going to go into the length of here of what to do for every single trigger, but if you want to know, feel free to send me a message and we can work through what's actually causing your burnout trigger at the moment and ways that you can actually evolve and move through that.